Hey people, Intro here, 3v3, Typhon Maya, blue team, SchmusCriminal and a Mekboy, a teleporting hero fighting in ranged combat with a bunch of Orky Gadgets, freebooters DLC here, alongside Inspector Gadget and a Plague Champion. Starts off with a damage over time bolt gun, can get melee weapons, debilitates enemies and supports allies, can also repair. And rounding off the team, Mad Duck and a Warp Spider Exarch, a teleporting hero fighting in ranged combat. Powerful control and can cap points pretty damn well. He's doing it right now and annoying these scouts. On the red team, a couple of force commanders, Pope Vader and his Bob. These are versatile frontline heroes that can bring offense, disruption and support for the Emperor. Looks like some Black Templars elite scheme for Bob, and alongside Honeken and a Lord Commissar, strong offense and support. Fighting in melee begins with a shield and can shoot his own fellows in the head to encourage them. Gadget's elite scheme here. Fitting for a swamp, I think. Nobody's capped that central VP yet. You'll often see the Mekboy go for it early here, but not at this point. We've got some Nurgle worship, we've got some damage over time, stinky bolt gun action. Lord Commissar running in. Heretics go after him and they Doom Blast. Suppresses him, but otherwise maybe a waste of a heretic. I mean, can you waste heretics? War Banner being activated but for the frazzle bonus. Sluggers backing off. Good push here by the red team. Lord Commissar smacking around the Plague Champion. Sluggers go back in for another fight. After the Force Commander, he's used his battle cry already, so he can't knock him around. Gets a good special though. Sluggers are dealt with. And they bash the power early. Still got the Sentinel and the Tax here, and shotgun scouts coming in. They're trying to take down that War Banner. Meanwhile, the Lord Commissar still chasing the Plague Champion around. CSM is shooting him. And he runs off. Heretics are back. Double tax for Bob. Artillery spotters on the way for Honeken. Looters for Schmooze. Noise Marines for Inspector Gadget. Mad Duck has some heavily damaged Howling Banshees running down the south side here. Got battle cried around maybe. Oh, we still got full energy. So maybe not. They just got bolt gunned. Nobody's grabbing the mid. Oh, there we go. Red team are grabbing the mid now thanks to those guardsmen. There's some Nurgle worship. Doesn't have cover though here, the Plague Champion. Looters in play. So perhaps Assault Squad in response from Pope Vader. We do have the spotters to knock them around. Can the guardsmen get the cap? Looks like they can. Might take a loss or two, but as is their way. There's those Noise Marines. That Sonic Blast is really bad news for the guardsmen. Does good anti-infantry damage and shuts down ranged attacks. Can also shake apart generators and other structures pretty well. Someone can go grab that northern power point maybe. Blue team maybe looking to push through, get onto that power. Artillery spotters knocking around the Chaos Space Marines, and there's the smoke shell to reduce range. There's some Nurgle worship as well, and these guys have got some heavy cover. Where's the Plague Champion though? He's in the mid. He's capping over there. Here the Howling Banshees war shouting with the aspect of fleetness, but they are beaten back. Mad Duck needs to get Shuriken over here maybe. Just outgunned by the double tax. And shotgun scouts too. Really difficult for the Howling Banshees to approach that. The Shuriken and also the Warp Spider tying up Tactical Marines might be enough to get in there. But might need some more Guardians too, because double Guardians will shred scouts quite well. 486 to 486. We got a 2-1 though for the blue team. Looking to step up and maybe touch the power. Noise Marines getting some good shots in. Look at damage to those guardsmen. Using Cacophony to knock down surrounding units, but the Commissar had his shield up, so he wasn't being knocked down, but now it's dropped. Noise Marines need to back off here. Smoke shell messing with range. Looters backing them up. Look at how small their firing arc now in that smoke is. Mekboy, what's he up to? What's he doing up here? Oh, Sluggers are hanging around with some burners. Gives them some power weapons and some, flame spouting weapons too. And they're flanking those Tactical Marines. Saved by the Assault Squad jump. Also, the Force Commander was there to battle cry with his power sword, which improves his battle cry. Also gives him a power weapon. Banshees war shouting again. Grenade. Can set up grenades with that suppression, but they may go down on retreat. Tax with the power armored elbows. Force Commander's there too. Bolt Pistol might get it. Bolt Pistol does get it. Force Commander's now level 2. Mad Duck is in trouble on the south side. Was he This is trying to rush tier 2. With the Banshees against the double tacks and the shotguns and the Force Commander, it's really dicey to try and do. Now this power's going to be lost. Goes tier 2. Maybe the plan was quick tier 2, get a Wraith Lord, but it's backfired somewhat. Chaos Raptors on the field here for Inspector Gadget. Pope Vader has dropped his scouts, get some more tactical marines though. There's a jump. Raptors suppress when they land, as opposed to Assault Squad that disrupt you when you land. Raptors have more DPS, Assault Squad have more hit points. 483 to 435 on the VPs. What do you get here, Mad Duck? Wraith Guard maybe? And then you get Heavy Gauge to stop the Force Commander running on them, maybe. Might be able to do something with double Wraith Guard. Tier 2 for Bob. Force Commander is level 2 for Bob and has Artificer Armor, gets a good Battle Cry attack, but now needs to run. Well, these guys are jumping away from him because of the Battle Cry. Force Commander hanging out for Pope Vader, has not leveled yet. Mekboy goes for the cap on the mid, 465, 435, still very close on the VPs. Looters doing their thing, suppressing those guardsmen. I hear Noise Marines being all noisy. Haven't leveled yet. Trying to get rid of that Lord Commissar. And that's often a good way to like fight an engagement. Just get rid of the heroes as soon as you can. Very tempting, of course, to try and take models off of squads, but heroes, especially as they get up in level, are so decisive in fights that if you can just get them off the field quickly, you can win the big engagements. Plague Champion's got a Plague Sword up. Fetid Armor as well. Plague Sword is a power weapon that ignores melee resistance and creates zombies. It's quite fun. 465 to 414. I think it's to do damage over time as well, but it doesn't. Blue team do have the mid backing off a bit. What's going on the north side? Assault Squad is here. Sluggers are scared off by all the Marines and stuff. Tier 2's all around. Mad Duck has gone double Warp Spiders. Okay. Certainly interesting. They could outshoot the attacks, I think, but the Force Commander can tie one of them up, and he can equalize that fight with Sacred Standard and throwing for the Emperor. Also, they could get shotgun blasted. But we'll see how it goes. Double Warp Spiders could tear the scouts apart really fast. Warp Spider just got killed. And there's those Warp Spiders doing their thing. And they tear through those scouts. Yeah, the scouts have to run. These guys have their sergeants now, so they're going to be even better at trading with those Warp Spiders. Is it worth getting... No, double Flamers is crazy, right? Because the Warp Spiders will just teleport away from you. Sacred Standard also coming in for Pope Vader. 462 to 399. There's the tier 2 for Inspector Gadget finally. And a Weird Boy on the way for SchmusCriminal. Ogrin's coming in for Honeken. Assault Squad. I mean, it's risky to jump in, isn't it? Because the Plague Champion's got that fancy sword, and there's Sluggers here with a Knob Leader now. The Spotters shut down the Looters, who are using Hide the Guns to hide. Assault Squad just got their Sergeant. They jumped the double shooters. That's a good jump. Mekboy almost goes down trying to cap, able to teleport away. Looters open up their guns, and they are messing up those tactical marines. Sluggers are on them. Sluggers could wipe those guys. Sluggers do wipe those guys. Those are Pope Vaders. And those were his original attacks, so they may have been higher level also. Plague Champion getting in on the Assault Squad. Messing them up with that Plague Sword. Sluggers there too. Kills one, gets an Assault Squad zombie, and you can use the jump on the zombie to disrupt something. He's also got Icon of Nurgle. Got constant damage around him to enemies. Raptors get stomped. They've got their Aspiring Champion with that awesome looking Demon Maul thing. I'm not sure what the official name for it is, but it's great. It's a heavy melee weapon. Ogrins are in now, so timing that Unholy Stench is going to be important against those guys. Meanwhile, down the south side, huge pressure on Mad Duck. Now going triple Warp Spiders. Okay, he's committing to it. We've got some Sternguard veterans now. with Hellfire rounds to help trade against them. Could get the Chainsword and Storm Shield, I guess, as well. Bob. Pope Vader with Assault Squad on the way to try and rebuild a bit. And Stick Bombers in play for SchmusCriminal, they're always fun. Tactical Marines here, fast capping the VP for a red team triple. There it is. Blue team, I think, are capping the mid right now. But let's stay here. We've got Bloodletters up. And there's a triple Warp Spiders pouring DPS on stuff. What was that? Did you teleport like 2 feet there, those guys? Oh. Custom Force Field knocked the Warp Spider around. That's very orky. Bonehead Leader on the Ogrins. We're looking to use the Use Your Red to disrupt the Sluggers, maybe. But I assume Bloodletters are quite bad news for Ogrins. They do have a lot of hit points, but Bloodletters do so much DPS. 336 to 399 on the VPs. A single cap for the red team. There's some stun bombs, which miss everything. Lord Commissar needs to be very careful here. I think he's okay. Quite a scary melee force with Bloodletters, the Sluggers, and that Plague Champion. Also, Stick Bombers are pretty good in melee. Now the Ogrins come in. Warp Vomit shuts them down completely. I think it's worth saving it for those guys, although maybe for the Assault Squad. I think they're easier to deal with. They don't have that double disruption like Ogrins do. And they're getting torn apart here. I think they're going to wipe. Oh, well, maybe. I thought that special attack saved them there, but they were wiped. Force Commander may also go down. Does go down. Pope Vader struggling to preserve his stuff here in Tier 2. He's just got Tactical Marines on the field at the moment. That Sacred Standard's given a big buff to allies, though. 330 to 383. More action down the south side for Bob. He may need to rotate mid and help out, though. Gets a full bash again. Stern Guard using their Vengeance rounds to get it done. There we go. How are the Scouts doing? Level 2. Double attacks, both level 2. Force Commander here, level 3. He's still got that weapon slot open to give him some counters against maybe Fire Prisms or something. Oh, good grief. Triple Haywires take down the Sentinel. Warp Spiders in mid, causing absolute chaos. Oh, some friendly fire, though, from the Blast Master there. And they're off the field, they're off the field. Oh, we had crack shot on these guys here. Level 1 Warp Spider Exarch. With the group teleport, I guess that's what he used to get over there. I think Entangling Web would be pretty good, because of the Ogrins and the Assault Squad in the mid, if he comes mid. Heavy Gauge is always great with the accessory that gives you more range and more damage. Plague Champion could go down here. There's a Battle Cry. I think he's okay. Bloodletters are also okay. Stun Bombs going in. Makes a bunch of stuff run. Hasn't taken down this drop pod. 310 to 362 on the VPs. Force Commanders in on the Looters. This is Pope Vader, who goes Tier 3. Bob is already Tier 3. Inspector Gadget also going Tier 3. And a Manticore on the way for Honeken, which can be awesome on this map. There's so much fighting in the mid. Doom Blasting Heretics, suppressing the Ogrins, but they can't really fight them. Here we go, though. Warp Spiders pouring the damage on. Huge amounts of it. Couldn't kill an Ogrin, but they do force them off. No mark for those Chaos Space Marines. In fact, they don't even have Eternal War. Just base level Chaos Space Marines there. Quad Warp Spiders for Mad Duck. He is making it work. He's not really fighting his south side very much, but when he comes mid, he causes huge problems. And Bob can't really compete with that mobility to help out on the mid. Does have full power. Oh, I thought that was a contested power point. It's not. That's decapped. I thought, hey, he's got full power on the contested. But nope. So yeah, he may need to rotate mid a bit more. In fact, that's what he's doing right now. With some good firepower. Force Commanders following. Little bit of Nurgle worship. Those guys having a look. Tier 3 for Schmooze. Pope Vader is saving up. Either going to drop Terminators in or a Land Raider, I guess. I don't think he'd be saving for a Predator because it would get haywire to death. Bloodletters getting targeted. Taking huge damage, having to run. And they may not make it out. I'm not sure if the warp shift was available or not. Down they go. Here comes a foot of Gork. Noxious clouds in there too. So Bloodletters wipe. Oh wait, did they wipe? They're still on the roster. I think it just bugged. I don't think one got away. Yeah, they're gone now. 301 to 311. Warp Spider Exarch trying to get a decat. Does have Shimmer Orb, didn't use it. Or maybe he did. Now they're power bashing with quad Warp Spiders. Nope, exploding some Marines instead. Huge amounts of damage. CSM are in there as well. And they get the wipe, look at that. Terminators it is indeed for Pope Vader. Manticore Strike coming in. One of those guys has Crack Shot, which is a range and damage boost from the Warp Spider's global abilities. Part of the why they're so vicious. Mad Duck's happy with it so far. Land Raider Redeemer on the way for Bob. I mean, there's going to be quad Haywires and an Eldritch, possibly. There's also stuns from the stick bombs. These guys could get a beamy. This guy could get a beamy as well. So they could respond to it quite well. We shall see. Stick bombs. Blue team retain the mid. What is this? That's Bob pushing down this side again. Shimmer Orb being used to protect the power, maybe? Puts one gen up. He's just unable to hold... Well, he's unwilling to hold this at the moment. He's using the Warp Spiders in the mid. And as I said, he's doing some good work with it. There's a group teleport, though. Getting in behind these guys. There we go. Can he outshoot double Tax and Stern Guard? Goes after the scouts. But yeah, the Battle Cry and the Sacred Standard, they were doing a lot of damage to the Warp Spiders there. They did get rid of... Oh, I don't know why I retreated these guys. These are almost full health. Raptors trying to get in there. Those CSM can't do much. Might be able to get onto the VP here, Bob, and that might be the way to play it. Pressure the south side, constantly harass that VP. Something just died. That Shooter Boys? I think that was just Shooter Boys dying. 301 to 255. Warp Vomit on those Terminators, setting up a Slugger push. Sluggers are a bit low though. Yeah, having to get out. Great unclean one coming through for Inspector Gadgets. Flash Gits on the field for SchmusCriminal. There's tier 3 for Honeken. Haven't seen many shots from the Manticore, but it's got a chunk of XP, so I've just missed them, I guess. You can't see the... I don't think you can see the beacon in the water. Or you can't see the Manticore strikes landing in the water, something like that. The water's a bit weird with Manticores. It's one of the reasons I didn't put it in my maps very often, water. Because not being able to see the Manticore hits is a bit weird. More crack shot on these Warp Spiders. Melting the Tax, but are able to make it out. Ogrin scared them off. Manticore Strike scared them off as well. Those hit land, so you could see them. Librarian on the way for Bob. There's that Land Raider. Staying well back at the moment. Those guys can retreat back to it now. Raptors are in there. Good suppression, but they have to run. Oh, Commissar's being super aggro. Looks like he's got his power sword up. Really cool weapon. Gives you basically a better version of the battle cry of the Force Commander. Down he goes though. Plague Champion level 4, doing some good work. And here's the great unclean one. Super unit for Chaos, a greater Demon of Noble. Powerful in combat, really nasty abilities, and of course you can worship the big fella. Ogrin's wiped. He also constantly damages nearby enemies. That was a good Noble Vomit there. And the Over Dare used as well. There's a foul snare on these poor stormtroopers. That guy died quite a lot. Red team getting depleted a bit in here. But they do have that Land Raider. And Pope Vader's starting to recover. With Tax, Terminators, and a Plasma Cannon. Decent way to recover. Look at this though from Bob. Harassing that VP, dominating the south side. Mad Duck has 5 Warp Spiders. And has Power Blades now. Might be a shrewd choice because you can get in, tie up one of the attacks quite well. Stop one of them from firing. That cuts down the DPS quite a lot. But what's the plan now? Go power bash? He's group teleporting somewhere. I don't know where. Where are you going, bud? Yeah, he's going for a power bash. How quickly can quad warp spiders power bash with the Exarch? 3 bursts for the node. Looks like it. Way quicker on the gens. 1 burst for the generators. Imagine a plasma cannon shot right here, right now. Yeah, it's pretty effective power bash. Pretty effective power bash. Melta Raptor's in, as you see there from Inspector Gadget, asking about going for the Land Raider. Don't think they need to push it. No, it's a VP game, not kill the Land Raider game. It's quite deep to push in to get on it. Oh, it's moving up, let's just say that. Moved up a little bit. Look at this nuke bait here around the Land Raider. Saving for Beamy, says Schmooze. For the mech or for these guys? Maybe both. Warp Spider went down. Got a decap though. Look at the Warp Spider. It's Warp Spider's dying. Looks like they're going to get away. More crack shot, of course. Basically using crack shot in every engagement, I think. Is it 75 red? I don't think it's that much. We've got a Power Fist over here. Sacred Standard goes in. Terminator's having an assault cannon. And double blaster flash kits who can do that damage. 265 to 228. Weird Boy's level 2. He's got Warpath. I think he's got all the things. I wish it filled the rest of the unit card slots with the other upgrades on units, but it doesn't. They all just go in the weapon slot. I wonder if that's possible to mod in. Lehman Russ on the field for Honeken. Britain King 1 is not being worshipped here. Where are the heretics? Not doing their job, but they're running away for their lives. Their lives for chaos. Warp Spiders scare off the Librarian, and here we go, shooting match. Warp Spider Exarch's not here to tie them up. Looks like the Warp Spiders are going for melee, thinking they can win a melee fight. Those guys do have Sergeants. Sergeants are pretty good melee combatants. They're also popping, and they show no fear. Those guys ran. Hard to get the good angle here. Here we go. Yeah, the attacks are getting messed up. Because I think the Exarchs of the Warp Spider squads are pretty good in melee when they have this upgrade. Yeah, Power Blades. Almost 40 power melee DPS just on the Exarch. Not sure what the other guys are like in melee though. Plague Champion's had enough and has got the Plague Fist. Really good capping tool. Another Land Raider Redeemer on the way. Nobody can cap mid right now. VP's quite even. Is that Fist of Rockus? No, still a Power Sword. And there's the Beamy Death Gun on the Mekboy. Really powerful anti-vehicle weapon. What about these guys? These guys still have the Death Gun. And we still got these base Chaos Space Marines. I think they deserve a mark or something. Level 5 Plague Champion. Still has that icon of Nurgle. You might want to switch to the Mucus Discharge for the capping. There's a rocket run from Honeken. Decent hits. Almost wiped the Noise Marines there. And they're level 3 those guys, so they're hitting quite hard. Land Raiders pushing up now. Got some Chaos Terminators. They're getting the autocannon. Land Raider number 2 hasn't come out yet. Do you have a Vanquisher, this guy? This guy does have a Vanquisher. Clean One's coming back out for some more food. Mad Duck has no more population for stuff, really. All in on these Warp Spiders. We'll see how it goes. There's some haywire action on the Lehman Russ. Demoralization debuffs from the Chaos Space Marines killing stuff. A bit of a vomit as well. Did they use all the haywires? I think there's more haywiring to go. Yep, there's another one. Is that enough to get the kill? Nope. 9 hit points. There we go. Beamy gets it. Yeah, it might be a good idea to just not get any vehicles if you're on the red team. And I think it's well worth trying to hunt this Manticore down with group teleport. But of course, this guy needs to be on his feet first. You just can't get the requisition to rebuy him because he's losing Warp Spiders every engagement. You got a vomit? Nope. Leaving. Stun. Stun bombs are going to miss. Double Land Raiders on the field now. So they can assign any of them as a retreat point. The red team. Kasrkin up. Elite infantry with awesome range DPS and cool weapon options that can freely switch between. There's a Manticore strike. Doesn't hit too much, I don't think. Or maybe it killed a heretic. Did you level again? Yeah, level 6 Plague Champion. 1-to-1 cap. They got it. They got the mid. Despite the stick bombs, they got them in. I think one guy was close enough to keep the cap going. Foul snare. Doesn't get a kill. Kasrkin are going grenade launchers, which are very good for disruption. Each shot disrupts units. Raptors flee. Here comes a Nurgle Shrine. They can reinforce off that and heal as well. Big heals going on. Got to worship it for this. Ouch. Smite went in there. Orc spiders scare off the scouts because they have scary DPS. None of them are level 4 yet. Oh, they're not worshipping the shrine yet, those guys. Trying to wipe out the plasma cannon. It indeed did get exploded. Manticore coming in though. Able to teleport again. Look at that. Crack shot is open again as well on those guys. Those guys still are not worshipping the shrine. Double land raiders are in view. Can they put together an assault? There's a foot of Gork. Good hit. Where is that Mekboy? He's off the field. Nob squad on the way now for SchmusCriminal. Now they're worshipping the shrine, so stuff can reinforce off it. And I think the heal goes out more often as well, which is very handy. Those warp spiders are going to love that because they can teleport back to the shrine. Maybe they can try to target it with a plasma cannon, but there's none on the field right now that I can see. Flash Kit's looking for an angle, but the Terminator's saying no. With some assault cannon stuff. Nice use of over there to help these guys out. These Flash Kits able to stay in play even. Only problem with this is the Great Unkeen one's not being worshipped by it, I think. Oh, I see the green hexagon. Maybe that's regular Nurgle worship. Maybe they're not worshipping the shrine. Yeah, I think it is. Orbital's going to take the shrine out. Will it wipe those heretics? They can't retreat because they're worshipping. I think it did wipe the heretics there. I think... Oh, Haywires went in maybe. Maybe they tried to. 236 to 205. Who can take the mid? The Commissar's on it. Level 5. Going for some Emperor's Wrath. For some Basilisk strikes, I think they are. It's pretty fun. Yeah. 3 Basilisk rounds, each doing 150 rocket damage. Wipe stuff with that. Great Unkeen one taking hits. He's being slowed down by the las cannon. Red team being quite oppressive now with these double land raiders, aren't they? Blue team just can't find a way through. Nob squad going for it. What are they on? They're on the Terminators. With their power melee huge choppers. Can't take this punishment for long though. Got their Nob leader. I don't know if they have Mina and Greenie yet. I didn't see any frenzy there. Land Raiders pushed way up. Mad Duck might try to target it. There's one Haywire. Does he have Eldritch available? Does not. He's been using crack shot so much, that's why. Another Haywire. Haywire is different from Melter Bombs because it shuts down the weaponry as well, which is very, very handy. And there's a Rocks and another Haywire. There's that Beamy. Beamy's there. Land Raider gets very low. Terminator's trying to finish it off. There's some repairs. Terminator's now getting very low though. Raptors go after it. They chuck a Melter Bomb in. Is it enough? It's not enough. There's a bunch of repairs from the Guardsmen there. Did the Chaos Terminators wipe? Oh, they did. They didn't get the kill. GG, says Inspector Gadget. The Land Raider survived. That was a big attempt to try and get it there. Great Unkeen one taking a bunch of damage. Needs to back off. Well, he's got 2,000 hit points still. Nob squad. They don't have their hammers, so they can't really go after the Land Raiders yet. But they can scare the crap out of this infantry. who of course can just retreat back to the Land Raiders. So it might not be that scary. Librarian's being brave, level 3. Doing a force barrier facing his own army, which is a bit weird, but I guess he was aiming for those sluggers and stuff and the knobs. Gets back to the safety of the Land Raiders. 175 to 205. The Warp Spider Exarch still down. He just can't get the wreck to rebuy him. And he didn't have the Eldritch available. There is another Rocks available soon. Maybe a nuke from Inspector Gadget too. Can't take down 2 LRs, says Inspector Gadget. Well, you certainly can. It's not going to be easy, though. He's obviously referring to this specific situation. Those guys got exploded. Plague Marines on the way to try and lend their rocket launcher to such endeavors. There's a rocket run. Warp Spider's able to avoid it, of course, with their teleporting shenanigans. And the Great Unclean One's back. Doesn't have any heretics, though. Can't worship the big fella. Needs to chuck some heretics out, I think. Do they have any plasma cannons on the red team? They have one that I can see. Here comes another Manticore, though. I was going to say it might be worth chucking out some Blast Masters, but the Manticore will eat them alive. Warp Spider's avoiding the Manticore. Making them use their teleports defensively, I guess. Oh, can he maybe rebuy the Warp Spider? Oh, he goes tier 3, so he can use the Eldritch, I guess. Didn't even realise he was still tier 2, because I'm so observant. Force Commander's down, and not in a good spot for Sacred Standard buffs either. Damn it, says Pope Vader, or Damiot. There's that Beamy, just out of range, can't get any shots on the Land Raiders. Very good vomit. Bloody hell, there's a lot of damage on those guys. Plague Champion chucks up the Pestilent Strike. Don't know how much. He might have been better off trying to get a decap with it there. Warp Spider's teleporting in, trying to delete the Force Commander, and they do get him, but look at that Sacred Standard buff go off now. Might have been a bad target there. They're teleporting in to try and get Haywise, but they teleport right into a bunch of fire. There's an Abyss. A couple of Haywise did hit. There's a Rocks. Where's the Eldritch? Is he tier 3 yet? He's not tier 3 yet. Down to 88 VPs. Nob Squad do not have their hammers, and they're going after the Land Raider. Plague Marines getting shots. There's the Eldritch. They got one Land Raider. Are they able to just instantly replace it? Pope Vader's got so much red. Still doesn't have that Warp Spider Exarch back. Don't think he's too bothered right now. Some decent hits on this Land Raider too. But Manticore's going to stop that. Al throws up the custom force field. Level 5 mech. Great Unclean One makes it out. I think the Plague Marines are done though. Plague Marines are done. Stayed in there too long. Oh wait. There's still one alive. Maybe not. Great Unclean One, can he make it out? 500 hit points. Red team get back on the mid. Do blue team have time for another push here? These guys need to get their hammers, surely. No hammers on those fellas. More Plague Marines for Inspector Gadget. Gives you something somewhat mobile in terms of anti-vehicle rather than getting Havocs up. And much better for chasing stuff. Damage pouring on those Terminators. They dropped a model. What levels we got on these guys? Are they all level 4? One of them's level 3. So, I don't know how... Someone could calculate how much damage they're all doing. Force Commander's shield does not last. Tried to get the revive because the Commissar's down there. And his off-map artillery strike on those Warp Spiders would be very useful. I guess they could just teleport out of it. But it would make them teleport when they maybe don't want to. Is it worth rebuilding the shrine? A war truck from Schmooze could be amazing here. Allow those Warp Spiders to reinforce. Don't know if he has... He has population for it. Could Be a very shrewd choice. This Force Commander's still down. What about you, Mr. Plague Champion? You're level 8. Doesn't have the mucus discharge yet, though. Mekboy's trying to cap. Keep them busy. Gonna cap top, says Mad Duck. Oh, the warps for Exarch on the field, so we can use a group teleport. Just got to reinforce his warp spiders a bit. Oh, he's just going to go for it with the warp spider Exarch, I think. Chuck the Shimmer Orb, try and get a decap. 2-1. The other Land Raiders in their sights. Pope Vader is getting a second for him. Third total. Double Plague Marines are on it. Come on, fellas. Grand King One's chasing it down. There's the Raptors doing their thing. Melter Bomb's on it. Couldn't really get that many shots, though. There's that Shimmer Orb. Gets the decap. Maybe he can Power Blades this thing down. Or at least help. And here come the Warp Spiders. They're going to get the second Land Raider. Didn't even need to use the Haywires. Look, they got chucked in, I think. But I don't think they were needed. Plague Marines getting the job done. Look at that. More Daka thrown on them for a faster firing rate. Thanks to the Mekboy. You don't see it used on allies very often, actually. 72 to 158. The game's a bit weird with that. With what globals you can use on allies. Like, you can't use... I don't think you can use Touch of Nurgle on allies. Maybe you can use it on allied Chaos guys? More Land Raiders are coming. But they've shown they've got what it takes to deal with them. Oh. I think the red team have conceded there. Losing that second Land Raider. And Bob down to just a Librarian. They thought they were too low. I mean, they had a bit of VP wiggle room. Oh, look. A war truck was on the way. Could they have fought on? Maybe. Would have been really tough, though. With this Warp Spider death stack over here.